Happy Saturday. Welcome to a moment of harmony. Another moment. That's what I was getting ready to say. Welcome to another moment of harmony. I am so excited to have you all here today. I have a lot of things to do today. Got some help my grandma move. We have a long drive to get out to help her. So I was talking to her about that, and we're getting in a little bit late for this moment. If you're watching us in real time, so sorry. If you're not watching me in real time, which is majority of my viewers on a playback, then just disregard all this stuff I'm talking about. I'm just definitely thanking those who are patient with me and are joining me and have waited to get their moment this week. Welcome to your moment. Welcome to our moment. I'm so very excited to have this moment with you today. Today, we are sewing up a declaration series. We are at the very last episode of a series. Dun, 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 dun. Every time we end a series, I am thoroughly excited, pleased, just full of joy about being able to walk us through another course of life, walk with you through another course of life. And y'all, we be knocking these series out. We knock them series out. So I'm just saying thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Congratulations. This life work, I always say life work is the hardest work. Life work is the hardest work. You go to work, you learn your job, you thug it out. It becomes second nature. You know, you raise your children, you get it figured out what your role is. You know what I'm saying? You're the boss, you're the guider, you're the protector, you do that thing. But let me tell you about life work in general, just growing yourself, getting yourself to your highest level, getting yourself to your next level. That's some dedication. You know what I'm saying? That's dedication. So I am proud of you for coming to the 23rd episode of our declaration series. We did 23 weeks for 2023. So at the beginning of the year, we had a prayer and purge, an in-person workshop. And we talked about getting all of this stuff off our chest. And we declared what we wanted our year to be. Blessings, beautiful. We declared what we wanted our year to be. And then we decided that, hey, we're going to go into a declaration series instead of what is a resolution or any type of our hope or our wants. We declared. And we have been declaring for 23 weeks straight. And this is our last week. We will be moving into a reflection series in our next moment of harmony. I'm so excited about that. And I'm just excited about your growth, your progress, and your commitment. So like I said, what we're going to start doing is that when a series ends, thank you, Mama, and I know you're about to start your walk shortly. I love you. When a series ends, I want to have an in-person moment. I want us all to be able to get together and talk about the series in general, just where we are, what we need, be able, all the people that we chat with in course every week, to be able to meet them and see their beautiful faces in person. So if you are interested in that, that's something that I'm launching, that's something that I'm putting together. If you are interested in an in-person moment, DM me, right? So my messenger, you can DM me a messenger. My messenger name is Harmonie Davis, HARMONIE DAVIS, my maiden name. And yeah, DM me, say, hey, I am interested in those in-person moments based on the numbers we get. And where everyone lives from the numbers we get, I would definitely put together a dinner or something beautiful for us to get together and connect in person. So super excited. End of every series, we're going to get together in a series reunion, okay? We're going to do that together. So I'm so excited. What is this declaration series entitled? The last one of our 23 weeks, number 23, which is a significant number for me. Number 23. What is it? I declare war on weakness. That is what we're getting into today, guys. We are not leaving out. We're not taking this series out lightly. We leave it on a strong note, going and graduating into our next series, which is a reflection series. I declare war on weakness. Hey, so that's where we are today. That is today's session. Please, please, please be patient with me as we walk through, because this might not be a super quick one. This is going to be one where we're ending a series, so I'm going to take my time with it. You know what I'm saying? So I declare war on weakness. That's where we're going today. This is how we're closing out. How when I say declare war on weakness, right? I think immediately we all think strength. So if you declare war on weakness, then you must be just being strong. And when I say I declare war on weakness, I want to go a little bit more in depth than this just strength, right? Because strength can be so many things at once. Strength can be discipline. Strength can be your focus. Strength can be resistance. There's so many levels to strength. And there's a lot of us who are not succumbing to our weakness, that are being strong, but are not defeating those moments that come to us in that low vibration. And I want to give us a little bit of a formula to really like battle like war. It's one thing to say, I will be strong. And it's another thing that says, I will declare war. I declare war on weakness because when I say I declare war, I mean, I understand that this is not going to be easy. I understand that this is not going to be comfortable. See, when there's an indication with that, I'll be strong, meaning that I'll endure. I'll deal with it. When I say I declare war, I mean I'm not dealing with it. I'm not dealing with it. That's what I mean by that. I mean that I know that this is going to be a battle. I'm ready to strap up my boots. I'm going to carry that thing. I'm going at this way. You know, I'm not at all just going to sit here and take and deal and be. I declare war on weakness. When it is coming to those moments in life where we're feeling defeated, overwhelmed, just suffocated, just super challenged and conflicted, we are saying, I declare war on weakness. Y'all, this is the declaration of the day, okay? This is our moment this weekend. So when I say declare war on weakness, what does that mean? Let's break that down a little bit. Does that mean that when I'm feeling weak, and again, that's a lack of discipline, temptation, agitation. So many things can break down. Weakness is anything that breaks down a foundation and makes it not as sturdy as it should be. So anything that comes and shakes your core, touches your core, anything that causes you to begin to compromise within self is a compromise of your togetherness and your core and your strength, and it is a weakness. It can begin to break down your fortitude. It can begin to break down your hope. It can begin to break down your faith or your strength. And this is saying, oh no, 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 no. I declare war on weakness. When I am weak in thought, weak in behavior, weak in action, weak in reaction, I am declaring war. I'm going at it, right? I'm not playing no games with it. I'm having no patience with it. We are going, so I declare war on weakness. Now, how do we come out blazing against weakness? When it is presenting itself in such a way that again, overwhelming, debilitating, destructive. How is it that we can say, oh, no, 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 no. I feel small. I feel insignificant. I feel shattered. How do I then say what I won't do and succumb to this? Because these feelings, these thoughts, this reality, this circumstance, this situation that's really trying to play on my foundation. It's really playing on my foundation. It's really touching me at my core. It's causing self-doubt or self-destruction. It's causing me to indulge in behaviors that are less than victorious. And how do I battle back? How do we battle back? Here's what we do. So in order for us to work through this formula, right, that I have come up with on declaring war on weakness, I developed or came up with an acronym for weak. WEAK. Y'all know I love my acronyms. I love my metaphors. I love all that stuff. Okay, so weak. WEAK. How do we battle back? Battle back on weakness. So when we are weak, these are the W. This is WEAK. I'm going to break the whole, okay? When we are weak, W, we are worried, E, we are exhausted. A, we are anxious. And K, we are knocked down. This is a state of weakness. This is the recipe for weakness. These are what we normally experience in places of weakness when we are there. When again, if I'm having weakness of thought, of reaction, of movement, of productivity, it is normally because I am indulging in one of these vibrations that has taken over or is attempting to take over. Worried, exhausted, anxious, and knocked down. Worried, exhausted, anxious, or knocked down. And my thing is, we are going to battle back when those break those. And there are a number of things, again, subtle, quick, consistent knocks at your foundation that begin to make it weak. And we are waging war on weakness. We are waging war on weakness. Life is definitely lifing. Life is absolutely going to happen. Conflict and challenge are going to be a part of your growth and becoming. You are going to shed a lot of skin. A lot of skin. Little bitty snake to become an anaconda, you're going to shed a lot of skin. We're talking about pain. We're talking about loss. We're talking about growth. We're talking about transition. We're talking about growth. We're talking about becoming. We're talking about the highest level of self, the point of it all. Y'all know I always say that. The point of it all. The whole reason you are here came in through it as an embryo and a fetus and came out in a baby and grew into a whole grown adult is because with each level and stage you are conditioning and growing your spirit to its highest level. The highest level of operation is the point. Hence why it is so debilitating. Hence why it is so hard. Hence why you are always met with opposition, because it is what you are meant to do. Break through in order to become. It is what you are meant to break through in order to become. So again, what keeps us from being sturdy? What keeps us from being steadfast? What keeps us from moving forward? What keeps us from having hope? What keeps our fortitude down is weakness. What keeps our strength and our foundation fractured? Weakness. We're talking about foundation fractures, worry, exhaustion, anxiety, being knocked down. We are going to wage war on those today. So, in order to wage war, we're going to transition some of these things. Y'all, give me 1 second. Grant me, mommy, mercy. You're going to have to go, boo-boo. So, I have a 4-year-old who always wants to watch me do my moments. She is so cute because she pretends with her little fake phone that she's having a moment. She's like, oh, I'm doing a moment of beautiful. It's super duper cute. So she asked if she could stay in this moment. But I told her absolute silence. And y'all, anyone who's been watching and following a Moment of Harmony for a long time, know that from time to time I make that mistake of letting her stay in the room while I'm having a moment. And I always regret it. Always end up having to put her out. She cannot do an hour. She's 4. Why do I let her do that? Come on, boo-boo. You gotta go. I love you. I'll see you in 1 second, okay? All right, boo-boo. So, mommy mercy. Mommy mercy. Okay, now that mom's like, y'all, I know y'all see me snap at her like 20 times. Please, shush, shush, shush. She down there rolling and singing. Okay. Mommy's in a moment. Mommy mercy. I mean, you gotta be quiet, okay? Sorry about that. Okay, so weakness. Worried, exhausted, anxious, knocked down. We are going to transition those things into war, right? Into battling back against those feelings, against those thoughts, against those places mentally that we can be. We are going to say, what I won't do is succumb to weakness. And not only am I going to endure what it is, not only am I going to endure this season and this test and this circumstance and this situation in the way that I am intended to endure it, but I'm waging war. No floor mats here, no punching bags here. When you begin to compromise my foundation, when you begin to weaken my core, I'm battling back. I'm going to war with the weakness that you are impressing upon my foundation. And when I say you, I mean a person, people, situations, circumstances, institutions, whatever it is that is compromising your core, breaking down your who you are, breaking down your where you're going, breaking down your why, you're going to war. Anything starts to break down your why, you're going straight to war. I declare war on weakness. I'm saying sitting up in that office and starting to doubt yourself and your abilities, starting to doubt your position and your significance, I declare war on weakness. Sitting up in that house, starting to wonder what if, pressuring yourself, pushing yourself, degrading yourself, bringing yourself. I declare war on weakness. What I'm not going to do is to sit here and to become and to act like, oh, and thank you, Mama, so much for that compliment. I am reflecting you. But we are not going to get into that place, right? We're not going to get into that place. And not only by avoidance, we're not just going to avoid weakness, we're battling it. We're waging war on it. So, how do we do that? When we are in a place of worry, we want to transform that W into a wish. Instead of worrying, I'm going to move towards a wish. And when I say a wish, I'm really just meaning, Mommy Mercy, I'm live right now. Oh, that's EI Mercy. That's a whole nother level. Yeah, thank you. When I say W, I say worried. And when I say wish, I say positive thinking. Okay, that's more so what that means. That means I'm moving this thing into positive thinking. So I'm going from worried to the wish, and this is my war on that W. So say you are in a predicament where your worry has begun to sink in. Your negative thoughts and your negative vibrations are beginning to weaken your foundation. You are replacing that worry with a wish. And I'm giving this as a simple method of transformation and battling back in the moment, battling back in the heat, battling back in the destruction, really being able to say, When I say no about this and I pull them things out and I'm blazing against this destruction, this disaster on my life, I'm going from worry, battling that, right? I'm destroying that. The worry has got to go. I'm replacing it with the positive thinking, which is the word wish that I'm using. Meaning that I'm going to say, so if I'm in a situation where it's like, you know what, I don't know if I'm going to do such and such. I don't know if this is going to happen. What if this doesn't? Oh my God, what's next? I'm so afraid. I'm so worried. I'm so concerned. I want you to replace that with a wish. Simply, right? So you're in a circumstance that may be causing you a lot of worry. Oh my God, what's going to happen? What does this mean? What am I going to do? A quick wish. I hope, I believe, I wish that I would wake up with joy, or I wish that I'll sleep easy. I believe that this is going to turn out beautifully. I believe that the best is going to come out of this situation. However it is, whatever the circumstance is, you're just going to turn a worry into a wish. This is the first part of battling back with weakness. I declare war on weakness. I wish greatness in this moment. I wish blessings on those that I'm in opposition to, or those that are affected by this circumstance and this situation. I am going to replace my worry with a wish. I wish forgiveness and grace and mercy in this moment, instead of worrying about death and destruction and finality. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm battling back. I'm battling back right in the circumstance, right in the moment, right in the midst. I'm battling back. That's our W. So then E, our exhaustion. How do we turn our exhaustion in our benefits? So we're going to turn that E from exhaustion into exercise. We are going to now, for me, literal exercise is, oh my gosh, a major healing component, a conduit, if you will, for healing, a tool for just really getting low vibration out and away, strengthening the mind and the body, which inevitably strengthens the spirit and the soul. But exercise is not for everybody. I don't know. I always felt like something's on me when I can. It's like when you can watch yourself, you're like, what is this on me? But exercise is not for everybody. The physical part, I don't know, it should be, but if it's not, okay. What I mean from taking exhaustion into exercise is meaning when you are at a point where you are depleted and broken down, exercise your higher vibration, meaning exercise your right of peace to peace. Excuse me, exercise your right to silence. Exercise your right to self. Exercise your abilities, meaning use them, work them. I know hundreds of people who have extraordinary coping mechanisms, but when they get into a very difficult circumstance or situation, they break down. It breaks them down. They can get distracted by defeat. And they don't understand, like, you have a wonderful ability to laugh or make yourself laugh or make others laugh. You have a wonderful ability to process. You have a great amount of forgiveness. I mean, you have coping abilities that will help you to battle in the most trying of times. And I'm saying that when you reach exhaustion, exercise. What is it that I can put into motion right now? I'm going to exercise my ability to look, whole Aquarius vibes, zone out. Sometimes I just will zone all the way out of the chaos, out of the craziness, move out of it, not get comfortable, definitely don't live in it. In order to gather myself and my thoughts on where I'm going to be. And I'm saying exhaustion. When you're exhausted with a circumstance, you're exhausted in that marriage, you're exhausted in that relationship, you're exhausted in that friendship, you're exhausted in that position, you're exhausted in that role, exercise your rights. Your right to find things better. Your right to self, your right to solace. Exercise your freedom of speech. Exercise your freedom of, what is it, like pleading the fifth. Look, exercise your freedom of protection on self. Sometimes, again, when we are just beat down, we are just letting that thing roll over us, bump over us, rough us up. And I'm saying, we're not going to do that. We're not going to be in that place. We're not going to be in a comfortable. When I am feeling like the last thing I can do is a next move. The last thing I can do is a move forward. I can barely lift my head, let alone walk forward. I can barely open my eyes, let alone jump into the next phase of this circumstance. When I'm exhausted, I just will exercise, build up my speech, my voice, build up my thoughts, understand where I am and where I want to be and how I'm going to get there. I'm going to exercise. Instead of y'all, what y'all won't do, y'all not going to exhaust me. Y'all not going to take me down. Look, sometimes I have to close that door. Sometimes I have to lock that door. And I have to build up, strengthen, exercise. I have to build up and strengthen my mind, my spirit, my motivation, my inspiration. And that becomes my from exhaustion to exercise, getting my energy and my vitality and my vibrance and my healing back in line. So when we are feeling that E, right? We're feeling that E and that weakness. We're feeling that exhaustion. We're going to begin to exercise. How do I begin to get back? Now, granted, exercise is a form of rehabilitation, getting your lungs literal exercise, getting your lungs and your blood flow at a very healthy place that pushes out, it literally pushes out toxins and invites endorphins that are healing and restorative. Exercise is really vital to rebirth. And in the figurative speech or the figurative realm of exercise, it is going to be vital to your rebirth. So you're doing those things that are vital to your rebirth. You are, again, putting it in motion. I can barely say another word. I have not another second of patience or time or anything with this circumstance. I am going to exercise. I am going to build up my mind, build up my heart, put these things in motion. When I am exhausted, I am going to move it to exercise. I have the right to self. I have the right to a moment. I have a right to reflect. I have a right to a moment of silence, y'all. I love a moment of silence. I need a moment of silence, and that is my right because I am exhausted. I am depleted, I am dragged down, and I'm exercising my right to peace, my right to wholeness. All right. So then we get into that A, which is anxiety. And that is a huge part of that weakness. That anxiety will break you down every time, getting your breath all caught up in your chest, getting your thoughts arrested, anchored in low vibration. Y'all know what I mean? Like they just won't even come out of the dark space. And you just trying everything you can to get your thoughts back into a better place, but they are stuck in anxiety. They're stuck. And worry is one low realm. It's, worry is not good, but anxiety moves into a physical, mental, spiritual realm. It is when you have taken your worry and it has taken over your health and it has taken over your direction. It has begun to cloud you. It has become a disorienter when you are becoming anxious, meaning I can't even think about anything else. Forget I hope. I can't even think. I can't even get clear. I can't even focus. We are moving anxious behavior. We are moving that anxiety in our war on waging war on weakness. We are transitioning that A from anxiety to acceptance. Somebody just take a deep breath on acceptance. I swear, just accepting that this is what it is right now. This is where I am right now. This is what I'm feeling right now. This is the circumstance right now. What is that? Grant me grant me the wisdom to change the things I can? No. Oh my goodness, how am I gonna forget that? As much as I love that. That's how long it's been since I said it. But the wisdom, the strength to change the things you can, or the courage to change the things you can. The strength to change the thing or accept the things you can't. Look, acceptance. That's my favorite part of the whole thing. Grant me the serenity. That's what it is. It's the serenity prayer. It's all coming back to me now. Thank you for your patience. But the serenity prayer in having the wisdom to accept, right? The wisdom to accept, the knowledge to know, the courage to change, the wisdom to accept. So when we get to the point, why is that put so simply at the end of so much conflict, challenge, acceptance? Why is it put so beautifully, simply and wisely right at the back of that circumstance? Because it is the definer for your peace. Acceptance. How you accept determines the amount of peace you will have in any situation. What you accept determines the amount of peace you will have in any circumstance. And when you get to an anxious place and you're ready to destroy that anxiety, you're ready to go to war on that anxiety, I am urging you to simply go into acceptance. I accept that this is not going to work right now. I accept that this is a big deal, or that this is the situation, or that listen, swimming far away from denial, getting up out of that river, okay? Being into the place where you're saying, look, I accept that life is different. I accept that life has changed. I accept that this changes a lot of things forever. I accept that what I wanted or what I thought, this might not be the play out right now, but acceptance is going to move you away from that anxiety. The acceptance now, if you're not medically diagnosed with anxiety, and I know there's a lot of people who feel a way about being, things being beyond their control. I personally don't feel like anything is beyond our control. I feel like we are reflections of the Creator, and we have the power bestowed within us for creation, for healing, for light, and for abundant greatness. And because that's who we are, because that's what we are, because that's how we are, there is nothing out of our control, nothing bigger than us, nothing that we cannot reverse, destroy, recreate, nothing that we can't revise. So when we get into an anxious state, we get into a place where the anxiety is taking over, we are waging war, we are battling back using acceptance. I accept you as you are. I accept this circumstance. Oh my God. And I can tell you how much frustration and just hair pulling comes from trying to control uncontrollable situations, trying to make something what it's not, trying to create or change something that's literally in the season it's supposed to be in, trying to avoid a process of sorts. And then the pain and stress and sleepless nights and weariness it causes. We're going to accept. Some acceptance when that anxiety sneaks in, slips in, some acceptance. That's how we're battling back. And then finally, the K, right? Y'all know we've been using WEAK. Worried, intuition, exhaustion into exercise, anxiety into exception. And now we got that K, which is knocked down. When we feeling weak, we're feeling knocked down, blow. All of us know about the major blow. Like we can take some blows, blow. But all of us know about that one blow that puts you on the floor. That one blow that knocks the air out of you. That one blow that makes you feel like you can't take another blow and that this is finito. You're finished. That is a weak vibration. That is a compromising enemy and virus of our core. A virus to the core. Being knocked down. Being knocked down is a virus. The beauty in being knocked down is that you can get up and you can move forward. So when we get to a point where we're just stuck in the knockdown, we are succumbing to weakness. If you're stuck in your knockdown right now, if you haven't found a way out, if you haven't been able to pray your way out, if you haven't been able to cry your way out, if you haven't talked your way out of a knockdown, I'm going to say right now we're going to transition that K into knowledge, into knowing thyself. 2 Ks. Knowing yourself. Know. When you're knocked down, I want you to know. This is how we're going to battle back on that K. And the second K, I had to have 2 Ks for this. The second K is keep. It's to keep. Keep your mind clear and protected. Keep your family safe and in prayer. Keep your head high. Keep yourself together. Keep your intentions and your thoughts pure. Listen, when you're knocked down, we're battling back on that K with keeping ourselves, keeping our secrets. Listen, sometimes when you're knocked down and you're at your lowest, you are at the most vulnerable state of self, at the most vulnerable state of being. And what we want to do when we're down, sometimes enemies all around us, also enemies in the dungeon when you're down, and you just give up. We surrender. And we say, look, I can't do, and I won't do, and it's not working. And we get to the point where we say, keep keep that to yourself. Keep that to yourself. That is a secret that I am working on demolishing. And I'm not giving that out into the universe. I want to give beauty into the universe. I want to give prayer. I want to give wish. I want to give grace and thanks. But I don't want to give to the universe the secrets of pain or the secrets of disaster. That is for a sacred purging space. And when you are down in a weak spot, the giving of your doubts and your damage is not going to help your weakness unless it is in a safe place of purge and sanctuary. So be mindful that when you are feeling knocked down, that you are keeping those things that will further your damage away from your life, away from your manifestation, away from your creation. You are making sure that I feel knocked down, but I know. Listen, there's so much power in what you know. That's why knowledge is my most favorite part of existence. I don't know. It might battle with love. Look, knowledge and love, they're kind of side by side with me. But I love knowledge. Knowledge is my superpower. What I understand, what I comprehend, I am. My life reflects. What I understand, my future reflects. Where I am, my chapter reflects what I know. And knowledge is, oh my God, the understatement ever. Knowledge is power. So if you are knocked down, do you know? Do you know you'll be okay? Do you know you'll get back up? Do you know you'll overcome? Do you know that you're enough? Do you know you're better for the transition? You're better for the shedding. You're better for the cocoon. When you go into that cocoon and you're down, you're stuck, you can't move, you're trapped within. Do you know your wings are going to come out? Do you know you'll produce wings? Do you know you'll be weightless because of the weight that is being taken off of you? Do you know? So when you are at that point in that place within your life, you say, look, I'm knocked down. That serious blow. That was a big blow. That was a ginormous blow. But I know I will survive. I know I'll get back up. I know joy comes in the morning. Y'all know I love that joy in the morning. I know that joy will come in the morning. I know. And not only do I know, but I keep. When I'm right, listen, have you ever seen someone actually get knocked down? Shoved, punched, hit, whatever. The first thing people do when they get knocked down, literally, physically, is they go into a ball. I've literally never seen anyone get knocked down. I've literally never seen anyone be in a vulnerable position and not ball up into a fetus, meaning cover their face and their stomach and their most valuable parts. Follow me. Cover their eyes and their nose, their mouth and their stomach. These most valuable, fragile parts of yourself, your hands, your fingers, fragile. Literally see them keep. What they're doing is that they're protecting. They're down, they're injured, they're hurt, and they protect. I have really never even seen people get knocked out and they just, oh, and that's they're just like all the way out of it. But the first thing is a protection. A protection. Keep. Know that you'll get out. Know that you'll be okay. Know that your knockdown is temporary because you're battling back, because you're waging war on weakness. Know, but also keep. So when you get knocked down, know and keep. I know that the Creator is with me. I know that the love and the light is real. I know that the Creator is conditioning me and preparing me for great things. I know and trust the way. I know that, listen, I was talking to my sister this week because this week has been a crazy week for us as a family. And I was talking to my sister and she said, you're very calm about everything that's going on. And you just don't seem to be, I wouldn't be in your predicament. I'd be losing it. And my thing is, one, I'll never lose self. Excuse me. It is my most valuable possession. Can't lose it. Not saying I don't want to, not saying I don't get close to it. Okay? But this is what I said. This is in a knockdown, knockout, knockdown, drag out. This is what I know. I know that there is a calling on my life and that there will be nothing ordinary about my existence. And that works both ways. So just like the Creator has blessed me with extraordinary gift or talent, or grace, mercy, and favor, the challenges that I have to go through in my making will also be equally as extraordinary, equally extreme. So I won't have ordinary issues to work through. I won't have ordinary circumstances. It is always going to be extraordinary. My highs and my lows. And I know that though. Knowledge is half the battle. Knowing is half the battle. Isn't that what they say? Because I know I am battle back in that knockdown. I know this is coming. But you know what else I know? I know it's going. I know this is here, but I also know the Creator is here. When you are in knockdown phase, baby, sweet love, when you are in the knockdown, knocked out phase, just know that what you want is coming your way. Know that what you desire is going to be yours. Know that no man was yours. Let no man, let no woman come in between. Know and keep yourself together. Keep your love, keep your prayers, keep. When you get knocked down, don't lose. Don't sprawl out and let it all hang loose. Keep yourself, know yourself, and watch you battle back on that weakness. I declare war on weakness. I declare war on weakness, y'all. This is our closing out declaration. I want you to continue to declare all the things you need in your life. Find the authority within your own voice. When life is trying to big, strong arm you, you have the authority, endowed with it, invested in you to say, when you get to hoping and a wishing and prayer, I sure hope this doesn't, declare. I declare, listen, my aunties used to say, I rebuke. They used to say, I rebuke this in the name of Jesus. My aunts used to say, both my aunts are ministers. And they would always say when I was little, anything, it can be a long line at the Marshalls. It can be any type of confrontation taking place in the family. It could be anything. And I would always hear my aunt say, I rebuke. They would literally loud, Satan. That's what they would say. I rebuke this in the name. The devil is a liar. They would say this, but with such authority. They would say with such authority and assurance to not even worry about, well, what if this happened? No, I rebuke. It would be the spirit of laziness, right? The spirit of begging, just whatever. They would rebuke it. But what beauty and courage and greatness in invoking the authority of invested in you. What they showed me was authority. If I know I have the power and I speak it, there isn't anything you can say or do. There isn't anything that can happen or unhappen or of any sorts that can revoke my authority. No one, the only time there's hesitation, the only time you think twice is if you don't think you actually have the power. And sometimes people around you don't respect your power and they'll begin to push down outrage, war, and weakness. Sometimes people around you and circumstances and incidences don't respect your glory, don't respect your authority of self and life. And it may start to make you think, oh no, I don't have a voice, I don't have a say, I don't, no. I declare war on weakness. What you want. Listen, I saw a Facebook post that said, the only time you'll catch me folding is if you catch me in the laundromat. I loved it. I loved it. I was like, yes, that's it. What you won't catch is this girl right here waving her white flag, putting never. What Monica say, I'm still standing. Which you never catch me giving that white flag, and you won't catch me balled up on the ground, on the floor, because I declare war on weakness. When my foundation starts to feel, we know when it starts to feel because we start having those counterproductive thoughts and those counterproductive feelings, and we start not feeling like ourselves, and we start giving in to the negativity, giving in to the lies and the falsities. Remember, anything that has not happened, anything that has not been proven, we start giving into it and giving up. And we're saying, we're turning worry into wishes, exhaustion into exercise, anxiety into acceptance, and being knocked down into knowing and keeping. Worry into wishes, exhaustion into exercise, anxiety into acceptance, and being knocked down into knowing and keeping. We're waging war. We're waging war. I want you to look at those demons attempting to attack you, and those things trying to tear you down, and those things trying to pull you apart and second guess and have doubt and fear. And I want you to say, you must not know about me. Hey, get your queen bee on. I know everybody's not part of the beehive, but I am. And you must not know about me. I wages war. I wage war on craziness and chaos. I break conflict with peace. I break ground with grace. I have the authority to speak. What my auntie say, I rebuke. The devil is a lie and the truth ain't in him. That's what they would say. And they would be serious. What we won't do, what we won't claim, what we won't be a part of, what you can. Ooh, my aunties used to say, you can't have this one. You can't touch this one, y'all. That's one of my favorites. And I'm saying, with the authority invested in you, with the authority invested in me, I pronounce you able, victorious, sufficient, capable, courageous in declaring war on whatever weakness is attempting to plague your life. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for joining me for another moment this week. I look forward to seeing you for a brand new series. Next week, we start a new series, a reflection series, and a moment of harmony. Y'all, we're going to keep growing and glowing and going. So we just going to keep this healing thing popping. So I'll see you next week for a moment of harmony. Please remember that if you are up for in-person moments following each series, meaning at the conclusion of every series when we graduate, and you're up for meeting in person and you live in the DMV area, mainly the Baltimore area, but you can get to Baltimore or we can kind of move around within that space of DMV. And you say, yes, I follow the moments, I love the moments, and I really would like an in-person moment. I would like to get together and talk about the entire series, or go through what my journey was and where I was and where I am. And I would like to meet the beautiful faces, of all the names that are always in the chats. DM me, Harmony Davis on Messenger, HARMONIE DAVIS. DM me so that we can plan that. We can get that all on and pop it. You know what I'm saying? I love you all so much. Take care of yourself, surely. Take care of someone else in the process. And I will see you next week for another moment of harmony.